Are you afraid of death, by the way?
Yes. It's hard because what if you just die and then you just see nothing forever, you know?
Yeah, the nothingness.
It just fades to blackness and you're just like that for trillions upon trillions of billion squared years. And it's scary. But also, before you're born, you don't remember those X amount of years either. So that gives me a little comfort. But no, it's definitely very scary. Something I'd rather not think about until I'm like 80. I'll deal with that problem then. I don't know if I told you this, but I'm kind of hopeful that someone like Elon or one of these like smart people will just like be like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to figure out a way where we can slow down aging, get it where, you know, we can live to be 200-300 years old and just like set their sights on that and then just kind of save us. So it'd be really nice. Like it's almost absurd to think that in our lifetime, they won't figure out a way to just even slightly slow down aging where we could live to be like 120 or 130. And then that extra time, they won't figure out some way where we could live to be 200. Like obviously not immortal, but I don't see how in my lifetime, the life expectancy doesn't just expand.
Well, it also could be long after you're gone. There's a MrBeast run by a ChatGPT type system.
Exactly. Yeah, that consumes everything I ever said, everything I ever wrote. And but I don't want that. I want to live. One of you smart people out there, figure it out. I'll keep you entertained, but I need you to figure out how to keep me alive. Give me till 200. That will make me happy.
Well, that's funny. Who owns the identity of MrBeast once the physical body is gone? Like, is it illegal to create another MrBeast that's ChatGPT based? I don't know what the laws are around that. Like,
I mean, once I'm dead, I don't care.
Well, you just said you did care. I mean, there could be a AI, like many MrBeasts that are created after you're gone.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be cool to be able to like train up a model and let them loose so my content lives on, I guess.
But it somehow feels inauthentic.
The second that thing starts spamming out videos, the videos lose all meaning and it's pointless and it's a money grab.
If you ran YouTube for a year, how would you change it? How would you improve it?
You know, obviously I'm biased because we're doing really well, but I feel like when I open up YouTube on my television, I get the videos I want to watch. I don't know. I don't ever open it and wonder like, what are these? What are these 10 videos on my homepage? When I click on a video on my suggestion, I don't ever wonder what these are. Like and maybe it's because I'm very adamant about like the kind of videos I watch, and I try not to watch videos that I don't want to get recommended more because that's how I think. But I'm very happy with how it is at the moment. I think one thing though that I just hate with the passion is the comment section on YouTube. It's just so bad. But that I know that's not something that's going to 10x the growth of the platform. But if you think about it, you go to Reddit to read comments, and somehow like usually the top 20 posts on a popular Reddit post are not spam. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever clicked on something on the front page of Reddit and then most upvoted reply to it is like, go check out my site right here, and it's like trying to scam you out of $1,000. Yeah, I can't even think of one instance I've ever had that happen. So like Reddit, it's so nice to click on posts and just see what people have to say. I almost wish like you had that same feeling when you read the comments on a YouTube video. Instead, it's like it's so many people just copy and pasting, so many bots that just grab the top comment for your previous video and paste it over. So the top comments on every video are the same, and the things that break through that are just scammers trying to get you to give them $1,000 for a free, fake ad.
That comment section is one of the most lively on the internet. So it'd be amazing if YouTube invested in creating an actual community, like where people could do high effort comments and be rewarded for it, like on Reddit.
Yeah.
Like actually write out a long thing.
That would make me so happy. Because like when I upload a video, I usually go to Twitter to see feedback. Like I read my comments and I'll flip through newest, but it's just, I feel like Reddit and Twitter just give me so much better filtered feedback, especially now that with Twitter Blue, because people pay $8 a month, I've noticed like any tweets I get from verified users now, they're usually not just garbage troll takes. Like these are people paying $8 a month. Like they're usually relatively sensible. And so it's been pretty nice. Like after I upload a video, I just go on the verified tab on Twitter and just see what people have to say. And anyways, I live for the day that YouTube's like that.
What do you think about Twitter? What do you think about all the fun activity happening recently since Elon bought Twitter?
I think he should make me CEO, like I tweeted.
Well, I should say sort of we just like a couple hours ago had a conversation with Elon. You guys had an exchange of some excellent ideas. So it would be awesome if you somehow participate in the future of Twitter.
I think the most exciting thing is he's willing to move fast. And so I think there's going to be a lot of interesting things that come out of it because he's just moving quick. And a lot of these more mature platforms just take years to do the simplest stuff. And they're very bureaucratic. And so it'll be interesting to see which way it goes when you just kind of take a move quick, break things, whatever type approach to social media. I'm actually pretty curious to see what features he rolls out.
So what would be your first act as Twitter CEO?
I can't spoil it. I got to get hired.
What do you think about video on the platform?
Do
you think that's an interesting, or is it like messing with the medium, the nature of the platform?
I think Twitter will always be closer to TikTok than it is to YouTube. Like at least in its current form. Like I don't see 20-minute, 1 hour long videos or whatever, even 15-minute videos being watched over there. I see it more as like the short and snappy stuff closer to TikTok.
But at the same time, Twitter is a really good comment section for the internet.
Like, why doesn't Twitter allow you to embed YouTube videos? Like, why does that? You should just ask Elon that. Like, I don't know if that's a YouTube thing, but when a YouTuber posts a video, why do they have to link to YouTube? Why can't they just embed it on Twitter and you just lay it there? I mean, wouldn't that just solve a lot of problems?
Yeah, but then the two companies would have to agree to integrate each other's content.
I don't know, but it seems like a win-win. I mean, well, it's more of a win for Twitter because then people don't have to leave the platform. I mean, that'd be the easiest.
But
solution.
who gets, like, when you watch the ads on a YouTube video?
It would still be YouTube, but at least then right now people just post a link and it takes you off Twitter and it just kills your session time on Twitter.
That's really interesting. But yeah, because the Twitter, whatever the dynamics of the comments, especially once the spam bot's taken care of, Twitter just works. It's really, so Reddit is a nice comment section for the internet. It's like slower pace, more deliberate, like higher effort. Twitter's like this high pace, like ephemeral kind of stream. But there's the upvoting, the downvoting works much better because you can do retweeting, right? Because the social network is much stronger than it is on YouTube. Like the interconnectivity.
Yeah, on Reddit, you're going to get the top replies are going to be the most refined ones, whereas Twitter, stuff floats to the top that's not super refined. But like you're saying, it's more off the cuff stream of consciousness, which a lot of people prefer because it's a little more personal.
How do you think Twitter compares to YouTube in terms of how you see its future unroll in 2023?
YouTube's going to be YouTube and not much is really going to change, but it's going to keep growing just because, that's just what it does because it's owned by Google. But Twitter, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things like you can't predict if, a year from now, an economy is going to be in a recession or booming. And I think Twitter's kind of the same thing. One thing's for certain, a lot of things are going to be rolled out, but who knows, honestly.
You responded to Elon saying Twitter's unlikely to be able to pay creators more money than YouTube. Why do you think that is?
Well, yeah, because I think the tweet I responded to was one where he was saying that, users will jump over if Twitter could potentially pay more than other platforms. I was just saying, obviously, because Google has Google AdWords, and I mean, that's Google's whole thing, is putting ads on stuff. They've been doing it better than anyone else in the world for a very long time. It's very unlikely in the next few years that Twitter's going to just magically, or any platform, give a creator the ability to make higher CPMs than on YouTube. It's kind of crazy. Like some creators in December, Q4, because the ad rates are higher because of Christmas and everything, some creators literally make like $30, $40 per 1,000 views. And that's after YouTube's cut. Like it's almost like hard to think about like how high the RPMs get. And even then, once you pull out of finance and cars, the high CPM niches, and you move into just normal stuff, it's still just crazy. The sheer volume of creators and the fact that all of them get these multi-dollar CPMs at scale, it's pretty beautiful.
So you do, I don't know what you would call them, but like integrated ads in your videos, and you do, I would say, masterfully. It's like part of the video.
Are you talking about brand deals?
Brand deals, is that what you would call that? Brand deal is part of the video. It's still really exciting to watch, and yet there's a plug for the brand.
In general, just brand deals, since you brought it up, integrating them well. I think that's something a lot of creators don't do. They'll just do a brand deal out of the blue. They'll just be filming a video, and then around the 3-minute mark, just start talking about a random company. And I feel like if you don't want viewers to click away and you want people to not get pissed off and call you a sellout, you got to find a way to integrate it into content. And ideally, use the money in the video to make it better. The easiest thing you do when you do a brand deal is just tell people how you're using money from the brand deal to make your content better. And if you do that, like no one cares. Now they're supporting you for it. And you go from being a sellout to like, oh, I'm doing this to make better videos for you guys.
I don't know if you can share, but with those brands, when you have discussions with them, are they strict about how long you need to be talking about it? Or is it more about they're leaving control to you about the artistic element of it?
The problem is the ones who don't give us the artistic element, we just don't really work with anymore.
Sure.
Because it's just, we get 100 million views a video now. And I can confidently say I know how to entertain them and convert them better than these random brands. So if they don't give us that freedom, I just won't work with them.
So you have that leverage, but for smaller creators,
it's a lot harder. Yeah. And they're going to just say 45 seconds, here's what you say, take it or leave it. And it's like pretty brutal. Because I think just in general, if brands were more accommodating to let creators tell their story of the brand and talk about the brand in a way that felt a little more natural, I think it'd be less cringe. People would be less likely to go and, tap, 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 skip. And obviously it would convert better. But they're just so afraid and they want this standardized thing. Say these words and 45 seconds right here at this 3-minute mark.
Yeah, I often think about how to resist that.
You just don't do them though, right?
And I say you can skip them if you want. But
I'm sure the brand loves that.
No, I don't. Like the point is so the funny thing about podcasts is different than YouTube videos. Podcast people actually do listen to ads a lot. I think what's much more effective is the way you do ads, which is like integrate into the content, like put a lot of effort into making a part of that, like doing the brand deals.
What percentage of your viewers do you think have seen one of my videos before? It's just interesting because you're speaking very specifically like about my brand deal process. And so in my head, I'm like, I wonder what percentage of these people even have any idea what he's talking about.
That's interesting. I love the thinking about numbers.
The whole time we were having this conversation, that's all I could think about. It's like, oh, God damn it. There's probably like 50% of these people have no clue what he's saying.
Probably.
And we're about to torture him for 5 minutes.
Yeah, probably.
But that's something I can't turn off in my brain.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Is that exciting to you?
I don't know. Honestly, I was just kind of excited to hang out with you.
Yeah, me too.
So,
I mean,
today was a lot of fun.
Who cares if this
so,
mic?
Yeah, so it's kind of like having a buddy to go along the journey as I'm just kind of eating doing my normal grind. It was like kind of fun. And also you just say really wise stuff constantly. So honestly, no, I never even put any thought into like the demographics or what I could gain. It's just interesting because like my retention brain, when you talk about something, I'm instantly like, what percentage of people do I think will lose? And I'm like running all those calculations in the background. And that whole conversation, like anyway, it's just something I can't turn off. My bells were like, error, this is bad.
What are the different strategies for high retention?
It's like, how do you cook good food? You know what I mean? That's like the same kind of question.